Hello, welcome. This is the first of a new vlog series I'm going to be doing. It's going to be called Writing a Book with ADHD. And it's about me writing a book with ADHD. The book doesn't have ADHD, I have ADHD. So I'm just going to talk about the writing process, chronicle what's going on for me, what I'm learning about writing and about myself as I'm writing this book. I'm just going to keep you updated on how it's going. I'll be giving word count updates as we go along. I've already started that because I didn't get the idea to do the vlog until today, and I started the book about a week ago. I've only had like 2 or 3 writing sessions, so right now my word count stands at 3,917, which sounds like a lot, but if you've written a book before, you know that's very little. Looking to get to like 50,000, that's on the shorter end. Closer to 100,000 might be more realistic. So somewhere between 50 and 100,000. I don't want it to be a long book, but I also don't want it to be too short. Although I personally like short books. They're going to be short chapters because I have ADHD, and when I'm reading a 20 plus page chapter, I zone out. So it's hard for me to read the long chapters. It's one of the reasons one of my favorite books right now, or one of my favorite series to read, is the Thursday Murder Club series. They've got really short chapters. Those books do. It's goofy, it's got short chapters, it's easy to read, and it's a lot of fun. So that's kind of the experience I want to create for my readers, is the short chapters, fun, emotional, because this story is emotional. I hope people enjoy the vlog series and the book. Why am I doing this? I'm doing it because I'm betting people are curious. When I was at the 2023 ADHD conference, I said next year, 2024, which is this year, I want to give a presentation on how to write a book when you have ADHD. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this vlog, is I want to get experience explaining to people how you write a book when you have ADHD. And as I was telling people that, they were curious. They were asking me questions like, "Oh, how do you write a book when you have ADHD?" And I kind of gave a joke of an answer, and we'll get to what that answer was later in this vlog. The other thing I want to do is inspire other writers, because somebody believed in me as a writer when I was in college, and that sparked me writing several books. So books exist that were authored by me because somebody believed in me as a writer. So I want to be the inspiration for other writers. Yeah, so if you're interested in writing and you have ADHD, reach out to me. Love to hear from you. The final reason I'm doing this vlog series is I am writing in a different way than I've written before. My early books were written at a time where I was a freelance writer, so I didn't have a regular job. I would just write pretty much all day. And back in those days, I would give myself a word count, and if I hit that word count, I could be done for the day, or I could keep going if I felt like I was in a groove. So I just wanted to chronicle this new experience I'm having of writing a book when I've got another business. So I've got my coaching practice, Reset ADHD. We've got books, blogs, coaching, improv workshops, all the things. Check us out, resetadhd.com. And that's what's going on. I'm trying to run that business and write a book at the same time, and the book is not technically a Reset ADHD book. It is completely unrelated to ADHD. The fact that I have ADHD might come up in the book, but we'll see what happens. So it's new, and I'm trying to balance my writing and my business. And so that's going to be a part of this vlog series, is how I'm doing with that balance. Yeah, so previously, when I've written a book, I've just sat down, given myself a word count for the day, and that's it. Now I've got less time to write, which is interesting. So I want this book to be over quickly. Not that I want it to be over quickly. I don't want it to take forever to write, but I want it to move ahead at a reasonable pace. And I don't know what that reasonable pace is yet, but yeah. Previous books, I've just done my research, wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote. Now I'm in a position where I need to balance things. The recent 3-book series from Reset ADHD, the Reset ADHD trilogy, those all came from my blogs. I was just taking blog posts and turning them into a book. And that's a book. I authored those books, but it also was 5 years worth of writing blogs. I don't want this book to take 5 years. Like I said, I want it to move ahead at a pretty good, steady pace. So how am I going to do that? I don't know. But you're going to find out as we go through this vlog series. How do you write a book when you have ADHD? Step 1, start writing. Step 2, stop when you've said enough. That was the joke of the answer I gave at the ADHD conference. It's a joke because it's a little more complicated than that. Getting started is hard. Sticking with a project is hard. Finishing a project is hard. Being able to say, okay, I'm done is hard. Because a lot of us with ADHD have perfectionism, and we want to keep perfecting the book until it's perfect and ready to go. But at a certain point, when you're writing a book, you just have to say, okay, it's no longer mine, it's yours. There's a great video from one of the Vlog brothers. I forget which one is which. But he's talking about looking at his book for the final time before it's published and knowing that as soon as he says, okay, he can't make any more edits to it. It's no longer in his control. And I just love that video because that's a real part of the writing process, is just sitting there going, okay, this is all I'm going to do to this book. It's done. And that's so hard to do, but it's so hard to describe as well. I encourage writers out there to write. But I also encourage you to stop writing at a certain point. So let's talk about where I am with this book. I normally won't have a long introduction to this vlog series, but I think for the first one, I kind of needed to talk for a while. So right now I'm just getting ideas out. I'm kind of in the ideation stage. I probably don't need to be writing as much right now, just because I'm getting ideas out of my head. The structure is going to come later to my book, because right now it's just, I've got an idea for a book. I don't know how I'm going to structure the book, but I'm doing some writing right now. Like I said, my word count is 3,917, and that's a lot for not knowing how the book is going to be structured. But I've got a call on Tuesday. Today's Thursday, and that call on Tuesday is with my mentor coach. And I'm hoping he can help me find some structure. That way I know how to move forward with this book. Because that's the other thing I'm finding in this ideation phase of the book is what shape is it going to take? How am I going to talk about the subject of the book? I'm hoping to get some guidance and... Well, it's not that he's going to tell me what to do. It's that he's going to get me to figure out what I want to do and how I want to present this book. So yeah, Jay, if you're watching... get ready. We've got work to do. And then I've also reached out to some people who know a bit about the story I'm writing and what they remember. So I hope to hear back from them. I haven't yet, but I'm hoping I get some inspiration from them. So yeah, that's where I am. I've got 3,917 words. I'm in the ideation stage. Don't have a structure to the book yet. And maybe I don't need it right away. I don't know. So I'm hoping to get more clarity on that. And, that's where I am. I hope this video is watched. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I made sense. I hope you tune into future videos. I don't know how often I'm going to be posting them, but I think it would be good to kind of pick how long I'm taking between videos. I think at least one a week is good because I'll have some writing done at least once a week. So yeah, we'll see how I do with this book and how long it takes and what we can learn from this experience. I really do want this to be educational, both for me and for you. So thank you for watching, and that concludes vlog number 1 of this vlog series. Have a great day.